station that's on your side. You're watching First News at 5.
Tonight, former President Trump's team making the case for his acquittal. We are bringing you the latest in a live report from our Washington newsroom. Good evening. I'm Ben Singer.
And I'm Tina Tyus-Shaw. Thank you for joining us tonight. Former President Donald Trump's defense lawyers laying out their case for acquittal.
And their argument now paves the way for a potential verdict as early as this weekend. WSAV News 3's Alexandra Limon is joining us live from our Washington newsroom now with what we can expect.
Hi there, good evening. Well, today Trump's lawyers attacked House Democrats and the impeachment managers because they said they twisted Trump's words and took them out of context.
This impeachment is completely divorced from the facts.
Former President Donald Trump's legal team told senators that no thinking person would believe Trump incited the violence on January 6th.
They selectively edited the president's words over and over again.
Trump's lawyers say the House impeachment managers were dishonest and left out or downplayed much of Trump's January 6th speech.
I know that everyone here will soon be marching over to the Capitol building to peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard.
They argued that the peaceful gathering was hijacked by a small group of violent protesters. And when Trump told people to fight, it was political language that Democrats used too.
So we're going to keep fighting.
We have to be fighting every single day.
Suddenly, the word fight is off limits? Spare us the hypocrisy and false indignation.
Democratic Senator Richard Blumenthal says there's no comparison. When Democrats urged their supporters to fight, it didn't end with violence and death.
I think it is plainly a distraction from Donald Trump's inviting the mob to Washington, knowing it was armed.
Trump's defense rested their case in roughly 3 hours.
Our country needs to get back to work.
And right now, senators are asking questions from both sides. They'll get to do that for up to 4 hours, and then we'll hear closing arguments from both sides. It's likely we won't get a final vote from the Senate until this weekend. Reporting live in Washington, Alexandra Limon.
Alexandra, thank you. An accused murderer is behind bars tonight, 2 weeks after police say he committed the crime at a Statesboro apartment complex. The family of the victim, 32-year-old John Howard, says they are relieved. Detectives say that Eliza Boyd was involved in the shooting death of Howard at the Blakewood Apartments. His family tells News 3 they knew of Boyd and that he was a friend of Howard's. Police are still working the case and say more arrests may be coming. The family is asking anyone involved to turn themselves in and for anyone who has information to report it. They say even one arrest is bringing some closure.
This is somebody that's called themselves my son's friend, and you took his life. And to this day, we don't know why you took his life. But to see that he was taken off the streets was a big relief.
Once again, we want to remind everyone that if you do know anything, there are several ways that you can report it to police. You can call 912-764-9911 or send an anonymous tip to tips@statesboroga.gov.
A Chatham County man reported missing last week has been found dead tonight. The Chatham County Police were called to a wooded area near McWhorter Drive yesterday, where they found the body of 72-year-old Norman Lack. Lack was reported missing by his family on February 2nd. No foul play is suspected at this time.
Tonight, the Beaufort County Sheriff's Office is asking for your help finding a man wanted for the sexual assault of a child. Police say the 20-year-old Jaden Singleton is wanted in connection with the case. They tell News 3 the incident happened back on January 31st near Ballpark Road. Police say he may be traveling in this vehicle. If you have any information, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers of the Lowcountry. That number is 843-554-1111.
Coastal Health District Director Dr. Lawton Davis spoke to the Chatham County Commission today about the progress being made in the COVID-19 vaccine rollout statewide.
We have roughly 200 to 210,000 doses to spread out across the state, including hospitals, physicians' practices, pharmacies, public health, federally qualified health centers. At the end of last week, they had orders in for 2.6 million doses, and we get 200,000 a week, so you can do the math.
From our digital team now, the first round of Savannah-Chatham County Public School teachers and staff received their COVID-19 vaccines today. Teachers and staff who qualified for Phase 1A, who are over the age of 65 or caregivers, received their first doses. Coastal Care Partners worked alongside 15 Savannah-Chatham County District nurses to administer 200 vaccines in the gymnasium of Windsor Forest High School. The second dose for these folks will be administered to this group in mid-March.
It's a great day for us, and we're looking forward to our faculty and staff coming in today to get their first shot, all in an effort to reduce the community spread and also to help us get back to pre-corona circumstances. So we're excited.
You can hear more about the district's vaccine rollout plan at wsav.com/now.
Around South Carolina, State Superintendent Molly Spearman discussing the reopening of South Carolina's schools. Now, this comes as the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention released new guidelines for schools. In South Carolina, Spearman says more than half of the state's 1,200 schools are operating face-to-face. She also says educators should be a higher priority to get the vaccine in hopes of reopening schools sooner.
Taking a closer look now at what you can expect this year in place of Savannah's world-famous St. Patrick's Day parade. The planning committee says they plan to celebrate the patron saint of Ireland in a unique way. Parade officials say they will hold 4 events that will capture the essence of the St. Patrick's Day season. The Celtic Cross and Jasper Green ceremony will be pre-recorded and presented to the public online. The same goes for the greening of the fountain, which the committee calls the fun part of the festivities. And lastly, to celebrate their faith, the annual St. Patrick's Day Mass will be live streamed for all to see.
Put those 4 pieces together, I think we're able to virtually celebrate the day with anybody out there that wants to click the link. And we want to be safe, and that's the city's #1 priority, and it is ours also.
Now, this is the second year in a row the city has canceled the holiday festivities. Fogarty says they are working with the mayor to get special permits to film those events in public.
In a News 3 follow-up, Savannah City Council voted to extend the liquor license suspension for a downtown Savannah bar. The suspension for the Treehouse in City Market will remain in effect until at least April 1st. It can only get reinstated when the owners provide a security plan approved by aldermen and the city manager. The bar would then be on probation for 90 days. During which time their license could be permanently revoked. Now, the suspension coming after one person was shot and killed New Year's Day.
It is now illegal to stand in medians between lanes of traffic for any reason in Savannah. The City Council passing a new ordinance at last night's meeting with the goal of reducing pedestrian accidents and making it easier on drivers as well. WSAV News 3's Ricardo Lewis with that story.
It's been a long time coming.
We're all used to it by now here in the hostess city, seeing people standing on the medians either asking for money or selling things for money, but that's all about to change.
A group of us have been working on this for some time, concerned with the safety of our medians throughout the city. We've received a number of pedestrian-related fatalities and accidents.
The ordinance prohibits people from standing in medians as well as soliciting work or business from drivers and impeding the flow of traffic.
It's a significant community issue, and for us, it's about public safety.
According to Alderman Nick Palumbo, 4 people died this last year alone in pedestrian-related accidents. This is an issue previous councils tried to resolve. Alderwoman Dr. Estella Shabazz is overjoyed.
So this is a day of achievement for so many years of work through the awesomeness of our city attorney's office.
The Savannah Police Department will enforce the new rule. I asked this man who didn't want to go on camera what he thought about the new rule, and he simply told me he doesn't like it. The council believes this ordinance will also help cut down on litter in the medians along major streets like Abercorn and Victory Drive. Alderwoman Alicia Miller Blakely says if this is going to work, people need to be informed about the new city ordinance.
A lot of times things happen in our city government and the constituents don't even know about it.
In Savannah, Ricardo Lewis, WSAV News 3 on your side.
There is still no word yet if you will face a penalty if police catch you standing in the median.
From our Georgia Capitol newsroom, Governor Brian Kemp says 57,000 state employees who make less than $80,000 a year will get a one-time bonus of $1,000 for the 2021 fiscal year. State lawmakers say 60% of the budget goes towards education, and health care is the next priority. Now, the Senate Finance Chair says corporate income and sales tax is up because of marketplace facilitators. That includes online retailers like Amazon, who had to collect taxes for online sales and help Georgia generate $700 million in revenue.
And the port is one of those areas which has thrived because of places like Amazon and Target and Walmart. Those ordering out or having your goods delivered, that has significantly gone up. So the Port of Savannah has done well, and the ports also affect not only Chatham County and southeast Georgia, but all of Georgia, from warehousing and distribution and logistics to the Atlanta airport.
Governor Kemp says there won't be any cuts to state agencies or furloughs.
Some firefighters in the Lowcountry need your help tonight.
Just ahead, they're telling us why you may be the perfect fit for their group.
Weather-wise, Titan radar has been active throughout the week, and that will continue into this weekend with very high rain chances. All the details coming up.
And at 5:30, the family of the first person in the U.S. to die from COVID-19 1 year ago speaks out about their loss. You're watching WSAV First News at 5, and we'll be right back.
Now back to First News at 5 with Tina Tyashaw, Ben Singer, and Chief Meteorologist Chris Allred. WSAV News 3 on your side.
And welcome back on this cloudy gray Friday. This is a live look at Tybee Island from our Fairer and Fairer cam. We hope you're enjoying your day, albeit kind of gloomy out there. Scott will have your forecast coming up in about 2 minutes.
We've seen better days, for sure.
Yes, we have. Well, if you are looking to put out fires in the Lowcountry, your help is needed.
WSAV News 3's Andrew Davis is joining us in Bluffton with our Lowcountry report.
The Bluffton Fire Department is looking for a few good men and women to fill out their squad, and they're ready to hire now. There are now several open positions at the Bluffton Fire Department, everything from entry-level firefighters who need nothing more than desire and a high school education, to a community risk reduction officer and a senior fire investigator, all ready for the next qualified person to take over. While many people know that firefighters battle the blaze, it may be easy to forget what else goes into the job.
It's customer service industry. We're here to serve our customers, which is our residents. And we want to make sure that we have someone that's wanting to be out there and go that extra mile for our community. The brother and sisterhood, I mean, this becomes your family. You're here 1/3 of your life. We know each other's wives, kids, birthday parties. When we go out and we see the fires and we see the car accidents and we blow lights and sirens and we go places, and there's adrenaline there. And someone that's new to the fire service, that first time you go out and you can actually save someone's life, it's something you'll never forget.
If you are interested, they said come by the fire station or give them a call. You can also see all the qualifications on our website, WSAV.com, Bluffton Fire. Andrew Davis, WSAV News 3, on your side.
Now, Storm Team 3 weather with Live Titan Radar, sponsored by the DOZIER Law Firm.
This work week certainly has been gray and wet and on the cooler side for most days, but yesterday was kind of mild despite the gray conditions and foggy conditions in around the coastal empire and low country. Pretty similar as far as what we're dealing with outside right now. We have a low cloud deck, overcast skies, some fog and some rain on the radar. Here's the view on Live Titan Radar. For us, we have some heavier rain along and west of I-95 near Wayne County into Long County, McIntosh County, Bryan County, seeing some of that heading in the direction of Savannah right now, just to the west of Darien. Even more rain is off to the south and west, and that will be approaching us tonight and through the day tomorrow. Heavy rain is going to be likely once we get past sunrise. And here's what we're going to be looking at hour by hour throughout this evening. We keep the overcast skies around. Some light showers will be rolling through, generally moving from the southwest to the northeast pretty quickly. Then after midnight, we could see some steadier rain in the western part of the area. Then closer to sunrise, some of us will be seeing some pockets of some pretty heavy rain, with all of us seeing at least light rain by then, and that will last throughout most of the morning and after lunchtime, maybe thinning out just a little bit, but still we'll have some pockets of some light to moderate rain. Temperatures only warming into the middle 50s for most of us, upper 50s a little bit closer to the coast and further to the south. Possibly, though, just the 40s for areas a little bit further to the north. And then as we head into Saturday evening, things will be featuring a few showers as well, with more rain than on the way for us on Sunday. Rainfall totals for the next few days could be anywhere between just over ½ an inch to possibly over 2 inches of rain. Localized higher amounts certainly not out of the question. Here's what we are expecting throughout Saturday and into Sunday. Some spots over an inch of rain, and in these green bands, that's where we could see those slightly higher rainfall totals. But here's that view out on Tybee Island again. Very gray with a foggy sky there. Temperatures just in the 50s, and overnight we will be staying likely in the lower 50s, maybe upper 40s for a few locations, but those rain chances are going to be high as we head into Saturday and for Sunday. Finally, for the new week on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, slightly lower rain chances will be in the picture. Thursday and Friday, another disturbance will be moving in from the southwest, and that will bring us some high rain chances again this evening. In the time saver traffic report, those wet roadways certainly helping to slow things down just a bit. We actually do have a crash that was reported along Abercorn 204 and I-95, creating some delays, and also we have some slowdowns along I-95, though a bit of an improvement for us from I-16 to 278. That's a look at the forecast for now. We'll have another detailed look coming up in the next half hour. Tina?
Scott, thank you. Amid the pandemic, there is actually one bright spot in Savannah and across the country. Home values are up, and it won't take you too long if you want to sell your house. WSAV News 3's consumer reporter Joanne Merrigan has what you need to know.
Real estate and its resilience in the days of COVID-19. Even some of the business may be a little surprised.
We have about a couple thousand members here that are realtor members. Had a pretty good year during the pandemic.
Steve Candler with Savannah Area Realtors says local home values have followed national trends, which means they're up by quite a lot.
So in Savannah, and this is again 20 compared to 19, The median is $239,900, and that's a 10% increase.
Candler says low interest rates are still helping more people buy, and they're competing for houses, which is causing the increase in home values. He also says technology and virtual home tours are allowing more consumers to check out houses, something that's gained new importance in the pandemic. And he says in some ways the pandemic itself is increasing interest here.
Some folks are feeling like they can work remotely from anywhere they want to. This is a gorgeous place. Why would you not want to come here and work remotely from here?
He does say be aware that inventory is low, good if you want to sell, but not so good if you need to buy another place.
Because if you put it on the market and you're just like either downgrading or upgrading, you've got to make sure that there's something else available to you out there.
He says right now inventory is about half of what it would normally be in the Savannah area, and he has this advice for buyers.
You need to make sure that you're ready to pull the trigger when it's time to do that. The price ranges move fast.
Candler says there are still COVID protocols in place in terms of going inside homes, but says even that doesn't seem to be stalling sales. Joanne Merrigan, WSAV News 3 on your side.
Realtors say potential buyers need to get pre-qualified because houses are selling quickly and sellers should be aware of what the actual market is in their neighborhoods.
Coming up, Valentine's Day is quickly approaching.
And if you're still single, well, the pandemic may be to blame. You are watching WSAV First News at 5.
Finding love became harder than ever before because of the pandemic.
With Valentine's Day right around the corner, Callahan Marshall is taking a closer look at how people are using dating apps to find their soulmates.
I'm not really shy in person.
Dan Tomino is a 42-year-old single man from Marcy. It's been about a year and a half since he's found love, and these times sure aren't helping.
More people are hesitant to meet in public now because of the pandemic. They're afraid. Like I've told people and they're like, oh yeah, we can meet up after the pandemic. And I'm like, I guess we're never going to meet that.
It's been the same answer for the past year. So like many others, Dan is spending more time on his phone.
People are sitting at home and they want to meet people, but they can't go out, especially during COVID times. And so they're turning to dating apps more and more to be able to make and find that connection.
For Dig and Tabby, it's proving to be awesome.
And so we're providing a place where dog people and cat people can share stories, share date ideas, even try out, dog puns as pickup lines. The conversations on our apps are incredible.
Whether you're an animal lover or not, communicating through an app or online seems to be the way to meet people nowadays, especially with so much uncertainty surrounding this virus.
People are hesitant to do online dating, but I mean, it's the smartest and safest way to do right now.
And he's not going to let the pandemic stop him from finding his perfect match.
Well, for those celebrating, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says the safest way to have fun on Valentine's Day is by hosting virtual parties or even an outdoor picnic.
Still to come tonight, a Mardi Gras tradition getting a new look.
We will show you how New Orleans is getting ready to celebrate virtually. WSCV News 3 at 5:30 is next.
from WSAV, the station that's on your side. You're watching News 3 at 5:30.
Getting children back inside the classroom, the CDC released new guidelines today to reduce the spread of COVID-19 in schools.
Plus, he thought he was going to die. We are hearing from one of the survivors of that Texas pileup crash that killed 6 people.
All right, as far as our view, we're taking a look at Tybee Island. There's the lighthouse, but we can't see much further than that because of some fog in and around the region, and that's going to be a concern as we do head to the later evening and overnight hours. If we can go to Titan radar, the view has been pretty wet throughout the day, and we are going to be seeing more in the way of some rain coming into the picture. Down to the south along I-95 and just to the west, we do have a pocket of some heavier rain just to the west of Darien. The movement is generally from the south and southeast to the northeast, and we will be seeing more of that rain heading toward the coast and heading around the entire area as we head into the overnight hours, and especially through the day tomorrow and into Sunday. We will be dealing with some pretty high rain chances as that plume of moisture moves in from the Gulf of Mexico. Temperatures today ranging from the 40s to the upper 50s right now, if not lower 60s right now for us in Jessup. As we head into the later evening and overnight hours, we will keep those temperatures fairly steady in the 50s with those rain chances increasing. We'll take a look at the full forecast coming up in just a few moments. Ben and Tina, over to you.
All right, Scott, thank you. The CDC today has announced some guidelines for districts to consider before making the switch from online to in-person learning.
Vaccines for teachers are recommended but not required under the plan. Educator or not, the process continues to be difficult in many areas. Jay Gray is taking a closer look.
The equation for getting kids back in class has been different depending on the district.
We are ready to support in-person learning and looking forward to seeing our students come back to school.
Some have returned to full in-person learning. Other schools in communities with high infection rates continuing with virtual lessons, and still others moving forward with a mix. Some students on campus, others working from home. Today, the CDC announced new recommendations for communities trying to make a decision on how and when to open schools, including the now common advice: wash hands, universal and correct use of masks, and social distancing. They also suggest stepped-up testing, contact tracing, and vaccines for teachers when available. A recent survey by the National Education Association indicates 82% of its members still haven't received a COVID-19 vaccine, and educators aren't the only ones waiting.
There have been a lot of very unhappy people today.
Long lines, scheduling mix-ups, and a lack of medicine continue to make getting a shot difficult across the country.
It is an ebb and flow that on a weekly basis will continue to move up and down.
The White House has announced a new deal to acquire 200 million additional doses of vaccine and is deploying military and medical teams to help streamline the process. The administration, like so many, continuing to study ways to combat the virus. Jay Gray, NBC News.
Daughter of the first person to die from COVID-19 in the United States is sharing the pain of her loss of her mother and best friend. Patricia Dowd, on the left, died February 6, 2020, while working from home in San Jose, California. Now her daughter, Kayla, is sharing her grief, her memories, and shock. She says her mother wasn't feeling well, had some body aches before she died. At first, the cause of death was listed as a heart attack, something Dowd's family didn't believe, calling her fit and healthy. More testing revealed the cause to be COVID-19.
It is frustrating, you know, and people who don't even believe in it, who think it's a hoax. That's what really angered me the most, because I'm like, I know what it's like. I
lived through it.
Yeah.
Patricia Dowd was 57 years old when she died last February.
Authorities have seized 1.7 million counterfeit N95 masks from a warehouse in Queens, New York. Officers raided the warehouse in Long Island City and found pallets piled high with boxes of 3M labeled N95 respirator masks. The warehouse manager was arrested at the scene. He's been charged with trademark counterfeiting, a felony. Well, every day, thousands of South Carolinians are getting their COVID-19 vaccines at large sites across the state. One of those is at Gamecock Park in Columbia near Williams-Brice Stadium. Jason Raven from our South Carolina Capitol Newsroom got a look at the logistics it takes to run one of these sites.
From bringing in PPE from the national stockpile last year to now assisting at vaccination sites across the state, the South Carolina National Guard has played a big role in the state's fight against COVID-19. Hundreds of soldiers from the South Carolina National Guard have been mobilized for more than 300 consecutive days.
Mission first, people always. That's our motto.
Dozens have been tasked with assisting vaccination efforts at Gamecock Park in Columbia. Prisma Health began vaccinating patients here in mid-January. They administer around 2,000 shots a day.
By the fact that it is a parking facility for football games, it is ideally suited to help flow the traffic in and out the location. And that's the kind of sites that we're looking at throughout the states for these mass vaccine locations.
A South Carolina Adjutant General, Major General Van McCarty, says soldiers are helping with traffic control and site support, and their medics are helping input information and give the vaccine.
Soldiers that have extensive backgrounds in all walks of life, and when they come together on a mission like this, it's always amazing to see how creative they can come up with solutions to complex problems.
McCarty says the Guard has stepped up with PPE distribution, assisting with COVID-19 testing and helping at hospitals, and now the vaccine. Their soldiers and airmen want to make sure they can see this pandemic through.
They're helping at home in our communities, they're helping their families, they're helping their friends, and they believe they're a part of something that's obviously very important to the citizens of the great state of South Carolina.
The South Carolina National Guard has been activated since March 2020. Jason Raven, WSAV News 3, on your side.
A Texas man who survived the deadly icy crash in Fort Worth says he thought he was going to die. Tim Mills was delivering a load of lumber when he suddenly found himself in the middle of that mangled mess.
I saw the cars, and that's when I got tapped a few times from that car behind me, and that's when the semis came through and just took us all out.
Officials say more than 130 cars were involved in the pileup. 6 people were killed and dozens more were hurt.
President Joe Biden will not reach out to Republicans regarding the impeachment trial of former President Trump. He says he's waiting to see what they do. Mr. Biden was asked about the trial this morning as he and First Lady Jill Biden toured Dr. Biden's Valentine's display to the country on the north lawn of the White House, with the First Dogs champ and Major getting some love and early morning walk on a chilly Friday.
I'm just anxious to see what my Republican friends do, if they stand up.
And you're not planning to speak with any of them about what they can do or how they
I'm not.
It was so cold in D.C. this morning that the president apologized to the press corps for the timing and temperature. He even offered his untouched hot cup of coffee to one member. We're making headlines. The president of the Tokyo Olympic Organizing Committee has resigned after sexist comments made last week. The resignation comes just over 5 months before the postponed Olympics are to open in the middle of a pandemic. NBC's Matt Bradley reports.
As if the Olympics didn't have enough problems already facing down a global pandemic. Now, Yoshiro Mori, he's the president of the organizing committee of the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. He just stepped down today after facing more than a week of harsh criticism because of his statements that were considered to be sexist against women. Now, this is something that the Olympic Committee and many Japanese politicians agreed with, that he needs to step down. The Olympic Committee said that his comments were very inappropriate. Mori had said that women speak too much and have a sense of rivalry. Now, these were, widely panned by people throughout the world, but it's unclear exactly who is going to be stepping into his place. There's someone else, another Olympic official, who is also an older middle-aged man. Now, this is also going to be causing a lot of problems among Japanese who say that it's time for some new blood in the upper echelons of the Olympic Organizing Committee and the athletic community in Japan. So, this is also heaping onto other problems. As I mentioned earlier, that pandemic that, of course, has already delayed the Olympics. We're still calling it Tokyo 2020, even though the Olympics didn't happen in 2020. And 2021 is looking pretty rough as well. Having a new president of the organizing committee won't help things at all. Matt Bradley, NBC News, London.
Still ahead tonight, giving children a brighter future, one heart at a time.
The volunteers behind an effort to make sure homeless children feel loved on Valentine's Day and all year long. Plus, meet the young man that inspired this gift to his community.
Now, back to News 3 at 5:30 with Tina Tyashaw, Ben Singer, and Chief Meteorologist Chris Allred. WSAV News 3 on your side.
Making a difference, creating a brighter future for homeless kids and children living in foster care.
That is the mission of a Chicago nonprofit called Fill a Heart for Kids. As Leanne Trotter found out, they are prepping for Valentine's Day.
Volunteers are busy putting together Valentine's Day care packages for a couple thousand kids, either children living in group homes or those living on the streets.
We can make their day a little bit better. And I think that was just kind of something that really made me want to come here even more often.
Her little sister, who's just 5 years old, also wanted to help.
Kids in the world don't have parents.
14 years ago, Ann McAvini co-founded Fill a Heart for Kids after her family started fostering Michael Travis when he was just 6 months old. The family fell in love with him and now he's their godson, but her daughter wanted to help other kids.
My daughter said to me, "Mommy, on Valentine's Day you make us feel so special. Who's going to make these children feel special?" And I said, "You are."
They created 38 care packages that first year.
And there was a precious little girl who wrote us a thank you note, and she said, "I knew we could find someone to love us. Thank you for doing this."
14 years later, they are working with 2,000 kids. And through their nonprofit, Fill a Heart for Kids, they give away all kinds of goodie bags, especially for kids who live in group homes. And Valentine's Day is one of their biggest events.
It's just like wrapping a child with love. and it just gives them hope. And it gives them the energy to keep pressing forward.
Volunteers are needed to sponsor a care package. You can do it online or schedule a session to put together the care package in their Lake Forest storefront.
I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who comes and does it for us, because we actually really need people, more people like this to help around the world.
And of course, Sunday is Valentine's Day, so we're on your side with how you can spread love without spreading COVID. The CDC says the safest way to celebrate the holiday is with people who live with you or have a virtual gathering with those who do not. You can also get creative, a walk, outdoor picnic, making Valentine cards, maybe dropping them off to loved ones. But if you do plan on celebrating with those who do not live with you, outdoors is safer, they say, and you're advised to wear a mask.
Now, Storm Team 3 weather with Live Titan Radar, sponsored by the DOZIER Law Firm.
Well, as Friday wraps up the work week, we are going to be heading into the weekend, which is going to be looking fairly gray and fairly wet throughout both Saturday and for Sunday. Right now, Titan Radar, things have calmed down a little bit. We've had some light to moderate rainfall throughout the day, with certainly more along the way for the weekend. For today, most of the amounts have been pretty light, just 2/100 of an inch in the rain bucket at the airport for today, but more rain is surging northward, and that chance is going to be increasing as we head into the later evening and overnight hours. And through the day tomorrow, we do have a boundary that's draped across the region, directing some Gulf moisture toward the southeast. So we're going to be looking at rain chances right around 90% for Saturday and for Sunday, likely starting right around sunrise as far as the steadier rain for most of us, though as we head through the evening hours, surging from the southwest, we'll have some periods of some light to moderate rain after midnight. Out in the western parts of the area towards Vidalia, Baxley, Alma, we could see some of that light to moderate rain working its way in, and then closer to sunrise, that's when we'll start to see that expand a little bit closer to the coast with some pockets of some pretty heavy rain. It's now the question that between Saturday and Sunday, some of us could get upwards of 2 inches of rain, but I think most of us will get a little bit less than that. But just be aware that some areas will get locally higher amounts, especially in these areas that would be dealing with some of the yellows and oranges on the radar map. And then past lunchtime for tomorrow, we'll start to see that main shield of steady rain start to break up a little bit, so it'll become a little bit more isolated in nature. And then Saturday evening possibly starting to dry out for some of us, but we still run the risk of a few showers, and certainly more rain is coming for us on Sunday. And then by Monday, some drier conditions will begin to set up. Still, those rain chances not going away, just that those chances not as high as Saturday and for Sunday, though unfortunately Thursday and Friday of next week we will have more moisture coming into the southeast, which will bring us some pretty elevated rain chances again for us. For us this evening, out on the Savannah River looking toward the Talmadge Bridge, we can see a very low cloud deck right around 400 feet or less. So we also have some fog that has developed. Temperatures are cool, lower 50s, and by tomorrow morning we're going to be a few degrees cooler than that, and then tomorrow afternoon not much warmer than where we are right now, and that fog is going to be an issue for some of us going into the evening and overnight hours. So definitely be aware of that as you do hit the roadways. For us tonight, rain showers continue with areas of fog, low temperatures in the mid to upper 40s to lower 50s for most of us. It will be a little bit more mild right along the coast in places like Savannah and Darien, Jessup, lower 50s for us. And then for tomorrow afternoon, lower to middle 50s for some of the more mild spots. But I think most of us will be staying a little bit cooler than that. Now, as far as the next 7 days, looking wet for pretty much all of the days in the 7-day forecast. Just Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, slightly drier, but those rain chances not going away totally for us. In the time-saver traffic report, that rain is certainly slowing things down along Highway 21 from I-95 to Rincon, taking about 20 minutes for you heading from I-95. Let's look at the forecast for now. We'll have another update coming up at 6 o'clock. Ben and Tina, over to you.
All right, Scott, thank you. The pandemic has led to the cancellation of another major local event. This time, it's the 2021 Marine Corps Air Station Beaufort Air Show. Organizers say the move is to protect the health of service members, their families, and the community. Colonel Carl Arbogast, a commanding officer of Marine Corps Air Station Beaufort, says it was a difficult decision, but given the current COVID-19 environment, it must be done. The air show happens every 2 years, and Arbogast says planning for the 2023 show has already begun.
A country music power couple, the latest celebrities to have a COVID-19 scare.
Why Trisha Yearwood and Garth Brooks say they'll be in quarantine for the next 2 weeks. That and more next in What's Trending. Add country music couple Garth Brooks and Trisha Yearwood to the list of people quarantining due to COVID. That tops our look at what's trending.
On Thursday, Team Brooks posted a message on social media that read, in part, due to someone on their team testing positive for COVID-19 and out of an abundance of caution, Garth Brooks and Trisha Yearwood are canceling everything and testing and quarantining for 2 weeks. According to Brooks, he and Yearwood have been at home on their Tennessee farm for the majority of the year.
Saturday Night Live is indeed live again this weekend with Academy Award winner and multi-time Emmy winner Regina King serving as first-time host. King is currently receiving lots of accolades, including a Golden Globe nomination for directing the Amazon drama One Night in Miami. This week's musical guest is Nathaniel Rateliff.
Even COVID-19 can't cancel a Mardi Gras tradition, so it looks a little different this year. Like most things, the annual greasing of the poles in New Orleans has been reimagined as a virtual event. So 4 people greasing the Royal Sonesta support poles. You know, these are meant to prevent, or this act is meant to prevent Mardi Gras revelers from sliding up the hotel's balcony space overlooking Bourbon Street.
Well, Ricky Martin will be the face of an effort to build a memorial to the victims of the Pulse nightclub massacre. The singer will serve as an ambassador through PSAs, social media, and public appearances for the One Pulse Foundation. One Pulse will launch its fundraising campaign this weekend to raise $49 million to build a National Pulse Memorial and Museum. And nearly 5 years ago, 49 people were killed inside Orlando's Pulse nightclub.
Still to come tonight, celebrating St. Patrick's Day in Savannah. We are talking to parade organizers about the virtual events.
Plus, construction underway, what we are learning about the expansion of a low-country high school. WSAV News 3 at 6 is next. Days before in-person learning resumes, a group of Savannah Chatham teachers is getting the COVID vaccine.
Plus, new developments in a Statesboro murder arrest. The victim's mother telling us tonight that she knows the suspect.
The umbrella is going to be essential throughout the weekend. Heavy rain is on the way Saturday and for Sunday. We'll have the complete forecast coming up, but first, News 3 at 6 o'clock starts now.
Now from WSAV, the station that's on your side. You're watching News 3 at 6.
Good evening and welcome to News 3 at 6. I'm Tina Taisha.
And I'm Ben Singer. Thank you for joining us tonight. The first round of Savannah Chatham County Public School teachers and staff received COVID-19 vaccines today.
This comes as the district returns to in-person learning next week. WSAV Now reporter Claire Going has more in our top story.
Teachers and staff who qualified for Phase 1A received their first dose of the coronavirus vaccine Friday. Coastal Care Partners worked alongside 15 Savannah Chatham County District nurses to administer 200 vaccines in the gymnasium of Windsor Forest High School.
It's a great day for us, and we're looking forward to our faculty and staff coming in today to get their first shot and then, of course, to get their second, all in an effort to reduce the community spread and also to help us get back to pre-corona circumstances, so we're excited.
The second dose will be administered to this group in mid-March. Livette says it's another step toward making in-person learning safer, since the district will return to its hybrid learning plan by the end of February.
It's fantastic because everybody knows that the teachers and the staff of the school system are in direct contact with so many different students and so many different people every day. It's fantastic to be able to get those folks in here that are in 1A and get them vaccinated with the Moderna vaccine.
Vaccinations are not yet available to all school employees. The 5,600 total staff across the district won't qualify until Phase 1B.
We are working, though, extensively behind the scenes to have a wide-based plan so that we can flip the switch and immediately go into action phase when that next phase comes in, where the education sector at full is at the front of the line and getting ready for vaccinations, and we will be ready for that when that happens.
Reporting in Savannah, Claire Going, WSAV Now.
Those who qualified for the vaccine today were over the age of 65 or caretakers. Now, to learn much more about the return to in-person learning and COVID safety protocols for Savannah Chatham County Public Schools, visit WSAV.com/now.
Savannah Fire teaming with the Department of Public Health to administer COVID-19 vaccines. They will be vaccinating those who signed up at the Chatham County Health Department. 11 firefighters will be assisting. Just into the WSAV newsroom, Georgia Southern fans excited for part 2 of rivalry week against Georgia State will have to wait a little longer. Tomorrow's men's basketball game in Statesboro has been postponed due to COVID exposure within the Eagles program. Georgia Southern will work with the Sun Belt Conference to reschedule the game.
A sad follow-up tonight. An autopsy confirms remains found yesterday are those of a missing Chatham County man. 72-year-old Norman Lack had been missing since February 2nd. His body was found in the woods off of McWhorter Drive. No foul play is suspected.
An accused murderer is behind bars tonight, 2 weeks after police say he committed the crime at a Statesboro apartment complex. The family of the victim, 32-year-old John Howard, says they are relieved. WSAV News 3's Kelly Antonacci explains why the investigation is still ongoing.
I'm at peace now, knowing that they got him and he's off the street.
And now, 32-year-old Eliza Boyd is charged with murder. The family of his victim, John Howard, says he's where he belongs. Statesboro police say Boyd was involved in the shooting death of Howard a little more than 2 weeks ago. It happened at Blakewood Apartments.
Y'all have really gave me peace. It gave my family peace. The only thing is that we can't see him no more. We can't hug him. We can't talk to him. And y'all gave my grandbabies closure as well.
As if the murder of her son wasn't enough, Lewis says there's something else now that weighs heavy on her heart. She says she knew of Boyd and that he was a friend of her son.
And this is somebody that's called themselves my son's friend, and you took his life. And to this day, we don't know why you took his life. But to see that he was taken off the streets was a big relief.
Last time we did this, I cried the whole time. You know, I wasn't even able to say anything, but just knowing that they captured and is still working on it, it was peace.
Detectives say that additional work may lead to more arrests.
If you was involved, turn yourself in. Don't run, don't hide, because I feel like if I'm going to do a crime, I'm going to stand there and take the consequences of what I done.
Police say tips helped with the first arrest, and they're once again asking for more. Kelly Antonacci, WSAV News 3 on your side.
And if you know anything, there are several ways you can report it to police. You can call 912-764-9911 or send an anonymous tip via email to tips@statesboroga.gov. Jessup's police chief out of a job tonight. This comes after a sexual harassment lawsuit was filed against Mike Lane and the city. The complaint was made by 3 former female employees. The City of Jessup and City Manager Mike Deal are also named in the suit. Captains Perry Morgan and Alex Reddish will serve as acting chiefs of police.
Savannah City Council has voted to extend the liquor license suspension for downtown Savannah Bar. The suspension for the Treehouse in City Market will remain in effect until at least April 1st. It can only get reinstated when the owners provide a security plan approved by aldermen and the city manager. The bar would then be on probation for 90 days, during which time their license could be permanently revoked. The suspension comes after one person was shot and killed New Year's Day. The owner must also have 2 meetings before the license can be reinstated. One with Alderman Dietrich Leggett, who represents the district where the bar is located. The other with the Neighborhood Association for Downtown Savannah.
Governor Brian Kemp announcing this week a $1,000 bonus for 57,000 state employees. Now lawmakers are reworking the budget to make it happen. WSAV News 3's Archie Seshadri has more now from our Georgia Capitol newsroom.
State lawmakers say 60% of the budget goes towards education, and the second biggest goes to health care.
We have to robustly invest in public health. We have rural hospitals across the state that have gone down, shuttered, turned out the lights. We have people having to drive an hour and a half or 2 hours to get prenatal care.
I think the next thing we're going to hear a lot about is, of course, our schools. You know, they are just in, it's a real time of upheaval for our schools and for the education.
The Senate Finance Chair says corporate income tax and sales tax has helped generate nearly $700 million in revenue.
One of the things it's coming from is Marketplace Facilitator, which we passed last year, which puts online sales on an equal footing with our brick and mortar stores who were at a competitive disadvantage. The tax was always owed before, but it wasn't being collected properly. Now we have a mechanism to collect it.
And the port is one of those areas which has thrived because of places like Amazon and Target and Walmart. Those ordering out or having your goods delivered, that has significantly gone up. So the Port of Savannah has done well, and the ports also affect not only Chatham County and southeast Georgia, but all of Georgia.
But the state has seen losses in the hospitality industry because of the pandemic, with sales down 30%.
The hotel industry and the restaurant industry was hit hard, tremendously hard. But there are other industries, you still need to go see your doctor. So healthcare, and that has been steady.
Archie Seshadri, WSAV News 3 on your side.
Governor Kemp says there will not be any cuts to state agencies or furloughs. Besides education and health care, public safety and economic investment will also be key components of this year's budget.
Making headlines, the second impeachment trial of Donald Trump continues. Today, attorneys for the former president presented their case. The defense was brief in laying out its argument for acquittal. Impeachment managers were accused of selectively editing videos of the former president to make their case, with the defense offering their own version of the same videos as evidence. Attorneys for Trump also strongly denied the former president's role in the deadly attack on the U.S. Capitol.
Claim that the president in any way wished, desired, or encouraged lawless or violent behavior is a preposterous and monstrous lie.
The trial is expected to continue tomorrow, with a verdict possible this weekend.
It was a big day in the Lowcountry for May River High School. A new addition to the fairly new campus was made possible by Beaufort County's bond referendum. WSAV News 3's Andrew Davis was there for the ribbon cutting.
23 classrooms, more than $15 million, but the number that excites many people is one. Beaufort County's first school project finished since the referendum was approved.
What was still under construction, dirt and hard hats everywhere when we first showed it to you 6 months ago, is now a complete school. The ribbon was cut Friday afternoon on the newest addition to May River High School. Art classrooms with a courtyard all its own for outside learning, an educational space for hundreds of kids and teachers who didn't have a room to call their own before. While it's a new wing and additional space for those kids, everyone involved says this project means much more than just a few desks.
This brick and mortar provides the opportunity to forge and attain life goals and become citizens
in an extremely productive Bluffton community.
It becomes a school, it becomes a community, it becomes a learning environment, and that's just so essential. It's so much more than brick and mortar.
And this is badly needed here at May River. The school started with 950 students just 4.5 years ago. Now they're nearly 1,500. The good news, this wing should take off the burden for at least another decade. Andrew Davis, WSAV News 3, on your side.
Looking ahead, Savannah Chatham County Public Schools are making sure area families have food on the table. They've teamed up with Second Harvest Food Bank to create food pantries. The pantries will be located in different schools across Chatham County. The partnership starts next Tuesday and will be available at more than a dozen schools when it is up and running. Well, parents will be able to pick up basic food items as well as staples and canned goods. We will have the full list of schools participating on our website, wsav.com/pantries.
And this weekend, America's Second Harvest is back with a food giveaway for those who need a little extra help right now. The giveaway is happening tomorrow at 9:30 in the morning at the Garden City Stadium parking lot. That's located on Priscilla D. Thomas Way. Walk-ups are welcome, and you can drive through, and a volunteer will put a box of food in your trunk.
This evening in the Time Saver traffic report, despite all the wet roadways in and around the coastal Empire Low Countries, a lot of the drive times actually looking pretty good, but certainly allow yourself some extra time to get to where you need to be, and that's going to be the case as we head into the weekend. Rain chances are going to be elevated both Saturday and Sunday. Rain is likely, and that continues into next week for the most part. The full forecast is coming up.
Savannah St. Patrick's celebration going virtual.
Coming up, we are on your side with a closer look at the parade committee's plans.
Now back to News 3 at 6 with Tina Tyashaw, Ben Singer, and Chief Meteorologist Chris Allred. WSAV News 3 on your side.
The pandemic will not stop Savannah's St. Patrick's Day celebration.
The parade committee says they are going virtual. WSAV News 3's Alex Bazarjian is taking a closer look at their plans.
The spread of COVID-19 has the St. Patrick's Day Parade Committee reimagining nearly 200 years of tradition.
You know, you go to the past chairman to ask for advice. Hey, what should I do here? Normally it's advice about stuff that you've seen before, but there ain't any chairman that's gone through something like this.
John Fogarty is planning a virtual celebration with no playbook. He says his approach was to focus on what's important.
Our purpose, and you can see when you came in the door on the wall, is to put on a celebration on March 17th that honors St. Patrick.
Fogarty says the parade is too big to pre-record and present online. Instead, he settled on 4 events: the Celtic Cross and Jasper Green ceremony, the greening of the fountain, and of course the annual St. Patrick's Day Mass.
Put those 4 pieces together, I think we're able to virtually celebrate the day with anybody out there that wants to click the link. And we want to be safe, and that's the city's #1 priority, and it is ours also.
Mayor Van Johnson says the city is on board and will support the committee in any way they can.
We just thank them and the public for understanding the times in which we live.
With no festival, Fogarty hopes there will be more emphasis on faith and family.
Taking a breather every once in a while, it's not a bad thing. It's unfortunate, and it's not what we want, but it does force ourselves into really taking some reflection.
Alex Bazarjian, WSAV News 3 on your side.